KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP. Today, a real interesting one. It is my short rib, pork, and kangaroo sausage. Incredible flavour, absolutely amazing, and very easy to do. So here I've got about 1 kilo of beef short ribs. Just cut down the bone. Just take out all the meat in between the bones, like I'm doing right there. I'm going to cut these up into little chunks and put that onto a tray. So just cut them up into nice little chunks like that. It's going to make the grinding process just that little bit easier. And look at all that beautiful marbling fat in that meat. I've got a pork belly. I'm just going to cut the skin off that and try and get as much fat as you possibly can off the back of the skin. As much as you can. More fat, the better. It'll end up being a more succulent sausage. Now that short rib was around about 1 kilo-ish, and this pork belly is around about just over 1 kilo. Now I've put that in the freezer for around about 45 minutes or so just to try and firm it up. Makes things a little bit easier when we put it through the grinder. I'm using a very coarse grind at the moment. We're just going to put that straight through, and if you think you've seen this before, you might have when I made my world burgers. It is the same sort of concept. So to that we're going to add around about 1 kilo's worth of kangaroo mince, which we can actually get here in Australia from our local supermarket. I'm going to put a medium grind die on there. I'm going to put that through. Just look at that beautiful fat with all that pork, and the kangaroo adds an incredible flavour to it. So I've had that sitting in the fridge in a bag. I've left that for about a day or so in the very, very cold part of the refrigerator. Going to start adding our seasoning. Now you need around about 2% salt. Now for this quantity of meat that I'm using, which is around about 1300 grams, we're going to add in around about 26 grams of salt, around about a teaspoon of black pepper and a teaspoon of white pepper. I'm also going to add in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste concentrate. So put all that in the middle. It's just going to make things a little bit easier for us to play with. Okay, so put the rest of your salt and the rest of your peppers in. Give that a bit of a stir with a wooden spoon, like that. There goes our peppers, all the rest of it, of course, and there's the rest of our salt. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Another 2 tablespoons worth of tomato paste concentrate that goes in. It's going to give it a really nice fruity rich flavour. This, give it a rough mix like that. Just hack it through. We are actually going to put this through the grinder one more time. Before I do that, I'm going to add in about 1 tablespoon's worth of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon's worth of onion powder. Right, said that in the reverse way. And all we're simply going to do now, we've put that down to a finer die, a finer grind, and we're simply just going to put this through once more. There goes our fine die, like that. Put our retaining ring on, not too tight, we want to let things work. Put that onto a nice slow speed. We don't need it to go stupidly fast, and we're just going to stuff that through like that, and it's going to be our final pass for this. Okay, so just do that. And I am going to give it one more mix, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to put that into my mix master bowl with just a nice big paddle, around about half a glass worth of red wine, and I'm going to add in around about 2 to 3 tablespoons worth of peanut oil, which is going to keep things nice and juicy. Give that a quick mix with your mixer, like that. And we're getting really ready to start making our sausage, believe me. I'm going to put this through one more time on that fine grind. I'm just going to really make sure things are nice and smooth. So layer it all up and just get that machine happening. Just pump all that meat straight through into another bowl. Okay, now what I need to do is put on our sausage making attachment. I'm just going to put in our little grate there, like that. Put our nozzle on. I'm using a fine nozzle. Now I use man-made casings. They're a collagen casing, a little bit easier to play with, and they do last a little bit longer than using fresh casings. Put the casing on, tie a knot in one end, and you really need someone to give you a hand with this. It just makes things a lot easier. And just get them to slowly push that meat down into the grinder. Now what I don't fill these all the way up, I actually fill them sort of about 3/4 of the way, and I tend to flatten them out a little bit as I go. Yes, you might get a couple of air bubbles, but what we can do is when we're finished, we can just go through and get a needle and prick the air bubbles. Now I'm just going to make one big Cumberland style sausage, okay, big Wurst sausage, just like I'm doing right there. You can actually tie them up and make smaller ones if you want. I just find it just a little bit funkier to do it this way and make a nice big coil like that. Alright, once we're done there, all we have to simply do, twirl it up, put that on a tray, prick any holes that are in it with a needle, put that in the refrigerator for overnight at least, and there you go. See how it has all changed. I'm just going to put that straight into a pan. I'm going to cook this off in one go. Decided to keep it as a nice big sausage and just cut it up into chunks later. I'm going to put a little bit of water in my pan. My pan is cold at the moment, and I'm just going to slowly bring this up to a heat and slowly cook it through. I didn't want to risk trying to flip this thing all the time, so I thought, look, let's try and cook it this way. It might make it a little bit different. As I said, you can make them into small sausages, put them on the barbecue, but about half an hour later, our sausage is cooked. All we have to do now is simply serve it up. Now, this is where I did make a mistake. I did not anticipate everything to be so hard to get out, so I just cut it up to little chunks. I'm going to fry these off very quickly in the fry pan, just a little bit of colour, different shapes and sizes. Doesn't look the best, I'm sorry, but it does taste amazing. So I would recommend you actually twist your little sausages up and make little sausages, not this great monstrosity that I've made. I'm not, my hands aren't that dexterous anymore to be able to do that. And I'm simply just going to serve that up with some really nice whipped potato. There's our beautiful whipped potato. Put that straight down the centre and lay all your sausage over the top. And you can serve it up like that, and everyone can serve themselves, or you can just serve it up individually. It's all completely up to you. Love to see you try and make this one at home. It does taste amazing, it is different, and it is very, very healthy for you, believe it or not. A kangaroo is very lean. Serve it up with a little bit of fried slaw, a bit of purple cabbage slaw, and there you go. As I said, love to see you try and make this one at home. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. It gives me confidence. It should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Hit that notifications bell. You'll be notified every time a new video goes up. Please share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media. Hey, leave a comment. It really helps the channel. If you want to learn how to make something a little bit different, like I seem to be doing all the time at the moment, well, you need to join the family, my family. Hit that subscribe button. You'll never miss another one of my videos again. I've already eaten these sausages. I know what they taste like, and they are mad. Alright, we'll catch you next time. Bye!